Hey everybody, this is Maurice Jones with Above the Brain podcast, where we open up your mind to the one that's divine and show you how to improve yourself and turn self into wealth. And so today we're going to be continuing our series on leadership, the leadership mindset, and we're going to talk about why I want to go the route of leadership, and I'm going to give you four special tips or practices that you can incorporate right now for you to be recognized more as a leader in your circle, in your job, in your family. Let's get into it. So, why did I choose leadership? Well, the reason why I wanted to go into leadership and focus on that particular area of development is because when you look at the life of Jesus Christ, again, everything I point to goes back to the one that's divine, that's Jesus Christ. He was a great leader and he knew how to create great leaders. And when you look at how Jesus carried himself and when you looked at how he taught and how he went about, you can see very great leadership qualities, and you can really look at great leaders throughout history, their charisma, what they did, and how they developed other leaders. Because I believe when it comes to developing oneself, yeah, we can change our minds and change our lives. As I say often, we can become better individuals. But what's the point of being better within ourselves if we're not showing others a better way? And so that's why leadership is so important. We can talk about character building, we can talk about life hacks, mindset hacks that can make you perform better, that can make you be better. But at the end of the day, you want it to be a domino effect. You don't want to be just the only one that's a better person. You want what you do to transition to somebody else where they can say, hey, I like how Maurice carries himself. I like how this person, whoever you are listening, carries himself. And so how can I be like them? Let me follow after their patterns. Let me see what they do regularly and see what separates them from others. Why does this person stand out as someone I can see as an individual of quality versus just a standard run-of-the-mill individual? That's why leadership is important. It's good to have a good character, but a good leader can create other good leaders. Now, anyone can lead, but I'm talking about a good leader, someone who can leave someone else in charge, and that other person can take on that mantle and continue the pattern because they followed in the steps of that great leader. The same way the apostles did Jesus Christ, the same way most people in industries leave a company to a predecessor, and that predecessor takes that company and goes on to the next level. You want to be able to live a life not only is a blessing to other people, but you can allow those individuals to be a blessing to others as well. And so we're going to give you four practices that you can incorporate right now to have you stand out as a great leader. Again, in your community, in your job, in your business, whatever it is, people are going to start recognizing you as a great leader if you start practicing and making an effort to do these simple four things. The first thing is always be first. If someone needs help with something, you be the first one to jump in there and help them out. If you're at the job and they're like, I need to do this project, you be the first person to volunteer. If you're at a meeting and they want someone to read or present, you be the first one to volunteer. But you don't do it with arrogance or with an ego. You do it humbly, in a way that gets the people excited, that when you volunteer to do something first, people already know that they're going to experience something great. You're not doing it to be boastful, to say, hey, I did it first, I'm better than everybody else. But you did it because you're like, I'm that person that you want to go to that's going to make everybody's life better, that's going to make this conversation better. You pick me first, I'm going to get the ball rolling. I'm going to come with excitement and enthusiasm, and those people that are going to follow after me, they're going to come with the same energy because I'm first, and they're going to lead after that. That's kind of the stigma that you want to establish when you are first. Be the first one to take on a task. If if you're in a church and a big project is coming on, just say, hey, I'm going to do this specific task so we can get this project done, so we can get this assignment done, so we can get these things finished. You're working on a team with your business or a job. before they even ask or give out job roles. You say, hey, I want to do this. I think we need this for our job to perform better, and I'm going to take on that task. Be the first person to volunteer, be the first person to step up, be the first person to say I'm sorry, be the first person, to do whatever it takes, be the first person to clean up your house, set an example for your family, especially in the family. You want things to improve, you want things to be better. Be the first one to do it. You want to clean our house, be the first one to start cleaning all the time, and then things will fall into place. You want better finances, be the first one to start showing the importance of saving, teaching your kids, teaching your family the importance of saving, investing, and things like that. Be the first one to do it. Be consistent with it. That's another thing. Be first and be consistent. The next thing is uplift others. Every opportunity you get, take time to uplift others. If you notice somebody got a new outfit or hairstyle or shoes, whatever it is, make sure you acknowledge that. It's gonna encourage them. It's gonna lift them up. A lot of times, people make efforts to feel better about themselves, and they feel even better when someone recognizes it. If someone has been, doing a terrible job at work, and then they finally do good on a project, make sure you recognize that individual and say, "Hey, you did a really good job. Keep up the great work." I do that at my job every single day. I reach out to my coworkers and say, hey, hope you guys are doing well today. Is there anything I can do to help you guys out? You keep doing a great job. I know it's tough, but keep going, keep pushing. And for the most part, it's very encouraging and uplifting. Of course, you have those people that don't take lightly to encouragement or to lifting. They just go to the job and go through the motions. But even in that, you can turn that around for them. I've had coworkers that used to get annoyed by me always trying to uplift them, and then they get excited when I take that extra step. They're like, you know what? I needed that. I needed that word of encouragement. I needed that uplifting word. I needed that thing. So if like a child is doing good, stimulate their mind every opportunity. I try to make an effort 5 to 10 times a day. Each one of my kids say something positive to them, where it takes a lot, and the kids just love that feedback from their parents more than anything. So when you take a moment to say, hey, you're doing a great job. Hey, I love you. You got this. You're doing awesome. Keep going. That's going to be very stimulating for them. That's going to be very uplifting for them, and it's going to impact them in a positive way. You do not want to be the person that causes someone to suffer. You want to be the person that is always uplifting and getting people going. You want to be the person that when they look to you, they say, you know what, because they said this to me, I got going. This is the person that inspired me to do what I thought was impossible, unimaginable. You want to be that person in somebody's life. Number 3 is become the problem solver. Be that one that resolves conflict. Be that one that resolves the situation. If something needs to get done in the workplace, be the first one on top of it to say, I can take care of this. I got this. If there's conflict in anything, you be the one to solve it. You be the one, like I said, with number 1, you volunteer first, but you also be the one that comes through and solves it to the point where people will say, hey, we got this project. I want you on top of it. Maurice, I want you to lead this one. I want you on top of this project because I know you can get it done. I want you to be the headhunter because I know if you do it, it will get resolved. You want to start taking on those tasks, even if in the workplace, when there's conflict in the workplace, you don't want to be the one that joins in the gossip and pick a side and be like, well, yeah, I feel that same way about this person or that person. Excuse me. You want to be the one that says, you know what? I know you guys aren't getting along, but this is how we can work together, because at the end of the day, we need to work together to get this stuff done. And I know you guys are disagreeing, but can we come to a common ground so we can work together and get this assignment done? The same thing with parenting. When the kids aren't getting along, instead of just shutting down and saying, you go here, you sit there, you do this, you bring them together and say, okay, why do you guys have conflict? What is going on? Why can't you guys get along right now? What is happening? And talk to your kids. Figure out what they can do to get along. Figure out what they can do to work together. Because really, leadership starts at home. It's hard to lead an organization whatever, but you're at home, and it's chaotic at home. No one's leading, no one's listening to you, no one's following you in your direction. You want people to represent you in your business. When people see those individuals that you're over, that you manage, they're looking at you, your family. When your family goes out and about, how they act outside is a reflection of you at the end of the day. So whoever you lead, whoever you're instructing, whoever you're coaching, they then are a reflection of the product that you're producing. So you always want to be that problem solver. You always want to be that one that handles the situation, and always encouraging others to handle the situation as well. When they see how you can be reserved in a situation, it could be a stressful situation, and everyone else is going chaotic, and you're the one that's calm and collective, and come up with a solution to solve the problem, and that solution works. People are going to start turning heads. Those heads are going to start turning to you to say, "Hey, wow, there's something special about this person." And then also, that leads into my final one, is being that neutral person. Even though you're in the midst of everything, you want to be that standoff kind of person, that neutral person, the one that really doesn't pick sides when it comes to individuals, really doesn't get in the mix, really doesn't gossip, really doesn't join in the hearsay and everything like that. You're kind of laid back. You want to be laid back. You want to be collective, and you want to be neutral in all your relationships. You want to actually stand out and say, okay, what makes this person different? Okay, he doesn't join in those particular conversations. He's always charismatic. They always listen. And actually, I'm gonna throw that in there too. That's a bonus. A bonus for number 5 is listen, listen, listen. But you want to be that charismatic person. You want to be that one that when people come to you with their issues, they know you're not going to be the one to tell the other person. They have a problem with somebody else, they know you're not going to tell that other person, but you're going to try to work it out so everyone wins in the end. You're going to be that person that people can confide in, the person that listens, which again, the bonus here that we got, number 5 is listening. You want to be the one that people listen to, as well as that listens to them. People want to be heard. If people aren't being heard, then they feel like what they're doing is pointless, their efforts are pointless. But when you actually effectively listen to other individuals and give them positive feedback, that's going to stimulate their mind, that's going to encourage them, that's going to allow them to be better, that's going to give them an opportunity to work on what they need to work on to improve themselves as individuals. So you really want to lock in on those skills. Again, you want to be able to always be first, be that first person on the job, be that first person to volunteer, be that first person to step up. Always uplift and encourage others. Be that problem solver, be that resolution person, be that neutral person as well, the one that doesn't get in the mix, that stands out from the rest, that doesn't get involved in conflict or drama, things of that nature, and be a great listener. If you do these 5 things, yes, 5, I said 4 in the beginning, but if you do these 5 things and start incorporating those mindfully into your daily habits, you're on your way to standing out as a great leader. Thank you for listening to Above the Brain podcast today. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're listening to this on Amazon or Anchor or Apple Podcasts, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you, guys. Have a blessed day and live above the brain.